we're back. Happy cooking. Today I have another great recipe for you. All of you have been asking me how to make the chicken tenderloin at home. So I figure, well, I might as well get it on video. So you guys, for those of you who sometimes don't have the time to come over to the cooking class live and already tasted the food and you want to have the recipe, so here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the chicken. Today I'm going to use the big 12-inch Saladmaster Gourmet skillet. And then what we do is, notice that it's actually cold. I can grab it from my hands. And then what we'll do is, we're going to start it at medium heat. The reason why I'm going to turn it to medium is because I want to preheat it before I put the chicken tenderloins. Now, in the meantime, what you want to do is grab some chicken tenderloins like this, like chicken breast, basically cut in like quarters in a way. And then I'm going to use, you can put on some gloves because we're going to be basically playing with the chicken breast. Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna get some of my favorite herbs. As you know, I'm really big on herbs for the healing and the medicine on them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a bowl like this, like a 3/4 bowl, and then we're gonna take some herbs. So the first thing that I like to do is I would like to add some coriander. Coriander is one of my favorite spices I've been using lately because basically this is the ground up seeds from the like cilantro, and they're really good. They're antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, also prevents salmonella and E. coli. Also, they're really good for chelating heavy metals from your brain. The next one I'm going to use, I love spicy, so I'm going to use like chipotle powder. Any type of chili that you can actually use is a great idea because it helps you open the artery. So it's a great idea to have it handy. Next one we're going to use is turmeric. I love turmeric because turmeric is an anti-inflammatory. In fact, you can go to the pharmaceuticals now and buy curcumin pills, which is basically turmeric. But I recommend that eat as much as possible the herbs and the foods in the foods that you have at home rather than having a pill for every ill, because not everybody can process even the nutraceuticals at home. Then I'm going to use a little bit of cinnamon. Again, is really good for boosting the memory. Also, it helps alkaline the body. It's very high in magnesium. Then I'm going to use cumin, which is very good as well for the respiratory system. How much you use? Right now here I'm using only a half a teaspoon on each. And then the next one that I'm going to use is, I'm going to add a splash of sage. And of course, who here would like to have thyme? I love more thyme, so that's why I put it on my foods. Have some thyme. Thyme is really good, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, and it's also really good for the digestion system too. And of course, last but not least, I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt. This is to taste. Some people have like a very salty taste, some people don't. So I recommend that you use to your own discretion in here. And so those are the herbs that we're going to use today. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil or olive oil is fine. The only reason why I recommend not to use olive oil is if you're using the olive oil for anti-inflammatory effect or for the vitamin E, which is actually in it, then make sure that you eat it raw. But if you just want it for the flavor, it's okay to cook with it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to mix this really good. Just like that. There's your little marinade. And then you take the chicken tenderloins, put them in there. You can do this dish frozen to finish. And in fact, I already have some that are already, that were started at frozen. And then all I did is add the marinade as well. So I have them over here, so I'm just going to transfer them to here so I can cook them all together. So this is the frozen to finish. And so mix them up really good. So it's the same spices. And now what we do is we're going to test the water. So this is at medium heat right now. And then I'm going to test the water on the skillet to make sure that it's ready to go. So what we do is we're going to add a little bit of water to the skillet. Okay, if it's hot enough and you can hear it sizzle, it's just perfect. So now what you do is you take the chicken tenderloin and put all of them and get the excess of the actual marinade. Just leave it in the pan. You don't need to add it to it. And then we're going to cover it. Take the silly things off. Keeps your hands really nice and clean. Put it out of the way. And then in a moment, you're going to have a beautiful dish. So I'm making this because you've asked for it. You wanted the recipe, and I wanted to make sure that Next time you come to the cooking class, rather than getting a recipe on paper, I will say, okay, well, just go to the website, www.happycookingco.com, and that's where you will find it. Ready to eat. And so if I was serving this, you can reserve the rest for tomorrow or for a nice little lunch or breakfast. I'm going to leave these extra 2 right here.